Raw and some other things coming up here, but joining us right now, a guy that has been on Raw before. He's been with WWE. He's been with TNA, as we are joined by Shannon Moore here on Between the Ropes. Shannon, thanks for joining us. How's everything going these days?
It's going good, man. I was actually out just buying some parts for my guns. Been trying to get into shooting a lot lately. Just pass some time, man. So I just was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, at some gun stores, man. That's why I'm running a little bit late for the show. Sorry about that.
No problem. Well, some people, when they got hobbies, maybe they take up sports, they work out a little bit more, they take up whatever. I haven't heard too many people that say, I'm going to take up guns and shooting.
Well, we're not from the South enough, though. That's the problem. We're from Florida, but that's not like the real South. Shannon, they shoot guns where he lives.
Yeah, man, that's the South. That's part of the country coming out of me, I guess, man.
Okay, the last time I saw you was WrestleMania last year. How many new tattoos have you gotten since then?
Since WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've worked on some of the stuff I already had. I haven't really got nothing new. But I got some ideas that I want to start putting on me. So I'm going to try to get in the chair this week and get something done.
You still got the tattoo shop?
Yeah, man, it's going good. Gas Chamber Inc., man. It's, if you hadn't heard about it, you can check it out at gaschamberinc.com. But everything's been running good. We're going into our third year, and it did exceptionally well, so I'm pretty proud of it. It's like one of my babies.
So what's it been like for you being back on the independent circuit? Because it's something that you've done before. Obviously you've gone back and forth with a couple stints with WWE or with TNA for a little while. What's it like being back out there in the Indies? Is it kind of a familiar thing that you're used to, or how has it been?
Yeah, it's where I started, and I worked my way through the Indies to get to WCW and WWE. So being back on the Indies and doing some indie shots, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's cool. I got to see a lot of the guys that I hadn't seen in years, and I worked with some new people, and it's it's cool. I'm not trying to stay booked like constantly on the Indies or whatever. I'm doing 1 or 2 shots a month, and just to have fun and keep in shape. Most of my time's been devoted to my tattoo shop right now, and until something happens with wrestling again, I end up back on TV somewhere.
Now, Shannon, do you have a desire to go back to TNA or WWE? Is there one in particular you'd rather go to, or are you more interested in kind of bouncing around the Indies, maybe doing some big foreign tours?
There's always that wanting to be back with one of the top companies, and I'm sure I will. I'm only 29 years old, so I'm not really sweating that. I will end up back on TV somewhere. It's just a matter of when and where.
Now, I believe that this past Sunday you were backstage at the TNA Genesis pay-per-view in Charlotte?
Yeah, I stopped in to say hello to some of my friends there, and just to see everybody and just watch the show. I enjoyed the show. There's some great matches. I think Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle delivered one hell of a match.
Yeah, they were torn up.
I really enjoyed that match, and it was good seeing everybody and saying hello.
Now, Shannon, what is your status, I guess, with the management of TNA? Because you'll have to maybe refresh our memory a little bit. You were there. It seemed like it was a brief stint before you went back to WWE. Did you leave on good terms, bad terms, kind of indifferent terms?
That's been asked a lot. As I know, there wasn't no hard feelings. I'm sure there was, some people were probably disappointed that I had to leave. But it wasn't nothing that the company was doing, or it wasn't that I didn't want to be there. It was just I was going through I had some personal issues going on, with my personal life, and for once in my career, I had to choose, my personal life over my career, and from a financial standpoint, because I was going through a divorce at the time, and I had to settle my divorce, and for me to do that, I had to go back, as far as where I could make more money for the time being.
Shannon Moore joining us here on Between the Ropes on ESPN Radio. Let's discuss a little bit of your last stint with WWE. How exactly did that come about, and did you expect when you got signed there that you were going to be part of ECW, and how was working for that brand?
I really didn't know what to expect going back. I know how things work there, and sometimes it can be a bit political at some points, and I was thankful to get what I got, to get what I was what I got out of WWE. I had a good 3-year run, and, I made some money, and I was on TV doing what I love. So, I can't complain about a lot of guys, they complain about being used and not being used properly, but, it's the wrestling business. You know what I mean? If you're making money doing what you love, then why? There's no reason to be, I guess, getting upset. So I'm thankful to get, that 3-year run and make some money and just have fun on the road. I'll be back on TV at some point. It's just like I said before, whether it's TNA or, whoever I have me, I guess, I'll bust my ass again and try to give them 100%.